Hey guys, movie recap here. Today we are going to summarize the movie Fl0W R from 2017. Warning: this video contains spoilers. The movie starts with three girls who catch a policeman trying to be with minors and take his money for it. With that money they go to the mall and have fun. One of the girls is Erica, whom we accompany to her house. There is his mother, who apparently has a movie studio. The girl tells her that she doesn't like her boyfriend very much, and the mother asks her to please take care of herself and behave herself at a dinner they have that night with her mother's boyfriend and her son. Erica goes bowling with her friends, where they watch some guys and talk about going to play Mario Kart. Erica can't because she says she has dinner with her mom. We found out that Luke, the boyfriend's son, spent the last year in rehab. They go in a car to pick up Luke, and Erica makes fun of the boy's appearance. Then they go to eat at a restaurant and it is evident that it is an uncomfortable situation for young people. The boy suffers an anxiety attack due to the situation and what he sees his father do, and breaks the glass in his hand. Erica's mother pays Erica $20 to come and join him. Erica goes and sits with the boy, who tells her that what he has is a panic attack, and that he is used to them. Erica tries to comfort him, but the man doesn't want to. He even offers to be with him, and he basically just needs some reassurance. Erica tells her friends about her new stepbrother, and another girl at school provokes her. Erica hits her because she was talking about her father, who we learn is in jail. Later, at home, her mother tells her that she has to apologize to Luke because she had been cruel to him. We notice that Erica finds Luke's eyes cute. The four begin to live together as a strange family. Things start badly when Luke's father starts giving Erica orders, and she then invites Luke out to eat, who obviously also wanted to get out of there. Erica takes Luke out to eat, and Luke eats a hamburger. He says it's the first time he's eaten real food in months, and his therapist tells him he has anxiety issues. Erica apologizes to Luke, and they begin to open up and trust each other. We found out that Erica's father was caught trying to rob a casino, and that's why he was in jail. Luke had another anxiety attack because he apparently saw someone he knew. Luke tried to hang from the ceiling and they had to take him to the clinic. Luke's father reveals that Luke had had other problems in the past, and attempts to light a cigarette inside the hospital. Erica makes a plan with her friends to go after the guy Luke had seen while eating, who was the same person the girls saw at the bowling alley. It turns out that Luke had an accusation against him, but he was never able to prove it. Erica tells him that she believes him, and summons her friends to help them. Erica bumps into the guy at the supermarket, and starts trying to talk to him. The guy's name is Will, and Erica smiles at him as much as she can. After that Erica calls her dad in jail, and we find out that she is raising the money to pay her bail. Erica makes Luke laugh, and they begin to grow more confident. Such is the confidence that Erica starts dancing to a hip-hop song, and then invites Luke to dance a slow song with her. Erica comforts Luke. Later, at bowling, Erica suddenly walks up to where Will was and asks him to teach her how to bowl. Outside the bowling alley are Luke and Erica's friends, who record Will taking Erica to his car. Will offers Erica a jacket and kisses her. Erica is 17 years old, and Will is older. Erica starts going to the places that Will frequents, and one day she comes home with beer. The serious thing is that Will already knew that Erica was 17 years old, and yet he kissed her and took her inside his house. Luke and the other girls entered Will's house. We found out that Will was a high school teacher and coach of a basketball team. He was fired from his job because of Luke's accusations, and he began to convince Erica that what had happened hadn't happened. At that moment Luke came in and knocked Will down, and with that the girls took some pictures with Will unconscious. The next day, some policemen came to Erica's house and confronted Erica about the night before, as there was a report of a vandalized site. Luke stands up for Erica to the cops and they leave the house. Erica's mother starts arguing with her, and Luke's father starts berating Erica. She tells him that she can't do that since he's not her father, and then Erica's mother tells her that she's scared all her ex-partners away, and that she's going to leave her. Luke and Erica go to Will's house to check on him, and he appears to be dead. It turns out that a statuette of the Eiffel Tower had been buried and this caused him to bleed to death. Luke stole Will's car and told Erica that they were going to Mexico. Erica was hesitant at first but then agreed. Meanwhile, Luke's father was at home banging on the table reading a note Luke had left. saying that he had kidnapped Erica and that they were going to Mexico. The police arrive at the house, where they begin to suspect that it was not a kidnapping. Then they report a 10-54. Will's body had apparently been discovered. On the way to Mexico, Luke reveals to Erica that what he had seen was Will harassing a girl from school. He had fabricated the accusations against him in an attempt to prevent further harm. Luke and Erica went to a motel, put on wigs and started down to Mexico. On the way, they stopped at the jail where Erica's father was and Luke gave him some money he had stolen from his father to complete what he needed for bail. It turned out that Erica's father had already been paid bail 3 days ago. Erica went to the car with Luke and started crying. After that they continued driving towards Mexico until a patrol began to chase them. Luke accelerated the car and they drove down a secondary road. Luke told Erica that he loved her, and that he would never have another time to tell her. They kissed as the car hit a cactus, and spent the rest of the afternoon together. After a while, the police cars arrived and took them away. After a month, we see Erica going to jail to visit Luke, who was in jail. Luke told Erica that his lawyer had told him that his case was good. Erica had a bracelet on her foot, and was serving a 9-month house arrest. What a crazy couple, right? What do you think will happen next? Tell us in the comments. Thanks for watching and don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. See you on the next one.